I went to elementary school at PS 238 in Brooklyn and then went to Madison High School. I was not a particularly good student in elementary school. In fact, I had early reading and speech difficulties. Um, but at an early grade, they took an IQ test and said, "What is this kid doing in a slow class?" So they put me in a faster class, and in the faster class, I did more. So I did pretty well in elementary school. But about the time I was ready to graduate, my father said to me, "Look, you haven't been a great student. I think you ought to go to a trade or technical school because you need to be able to earn a living." This he said to a child who in shop could not plane a straight edge. So we made a deal that I would go to the academic high school, and if I did well, I could stay, and if I didn't do well, I would go to a trade school. Well, I went to James Madison, and I did very well because I had a good incentive. I didn't want to spend my life planing surfaces. Uh, After high school, I had the choice of going either to City College or Brooklyn College. I was accepted in both of them. Of course, they did not charge any tuition, so it was free except that you paid for your own books and supplies. I originally started out as an accounting major because my brother had been an accounting major. After about a year, I said, "This is not the way I want to spend my life." I had taken some liberal arts courses and so decided to go to the liberal arts college, which was not in downtown Manhattan, but was in uptown Manhattan, quite a long distance away. At any rate, I went to the liberal arts college, studied, majored in sociology and psychology, and when it came time to graduation, found that there really weren't very many good job opportunities. At that point, my brother, who always entered into my educational planning, said, "Look, why don't you go to law school? I've gone to law school. I think you'd like it. Go one semester, and then you can go in the evening and work something out." So I did do that. At the same time, I had joined the Air National Guard. He again had recommended this, and this enabled me to stay in college a little while longer than if I had volunteered otherwise or had been drafted. At any rate, I did get one semester in at Brooklyn Law School. Then we were activated, and I went out to California, which March Air Force Base near Riverside, California, where I stayed most of the time, except for a brief period when I went to Wyoming for training. It was a miserable winter that I spent there. I got my ears frostbitten the first day I arrived there. After I came back, I spent a short time before being discharged. And one thing I did learn, that I liked the West and that I wanted to come back to the West, though it was strange that in coming out initially to California with a friend of mine, instead of flying out, what we did was we took a bus trip. So we went to various places, visit the Grand Canyon, etc. We were planning to stay overnight in Albuquerque, but we came in at about 12 midnight, the old bus terminal, and it was so grungy and so unpleasant that we went back on the bus and we kept heading west. So that was my first contact with Albuquerque. I enjoyed Albuquerque very much. A short time after after I came here, I met my wife, Rosalia, and it was quite interesting. We had a Hillel party. It was a costume party. I was not in costume, but she was in the drape. That was her dress and was secured by one pin or clasp. I tried all night dancing with it to get it to come off. It never did. We started going together, and in June 1960, we were married. We had 2 children, both born here in Albuquerque. One, Naomi was first. both born at what was then a small hospital. It was Baton Memorial Methodist Hospital. It is now part of the Lovelace system. We lived here for a number of years.